Hi students, in the last class, we discussed about what is meant by RLC, nothing but what is meant by high pass circuit and low pass circuit with an RL, nothing but resistor and inductor combination. At the same time, we discussed about the response of the series RLC circuit for step input as well as parallel RLC circuit for step input. So in the previous section, we discussed the step input response. So the output will be different outputs. So we discussed about what is meant by overcompensated or undercompensated, nothing but what is a critical damped output or what is meant by under damped output we discussed in the previous class. So what is meant by ring, so in this class we discussed about what is meant by ringing circuit. So before discussing about that, so what is meant by ringing circuit? So we discussed in this section. So in the previous section, nothing but the RLC circuit. So in the parallel, nothing but parallel RLC circuit. So can be operated as a ringing circuit. So what is the diagram for the RLC circuit? So it consisting of resistor, inductor, and capacitor. So which are connected in the parallel manner. So in this condition only it produces the ringing. So this is the output V naught of T. So in this condition, so it produces the ringings, nothing but an oscillations. So the output is like this. So at overcompensated level, it produces the ringing. So at the same time, so what is the ringing circuit? What is the practical use of the ringing circuit? So in general way, so the ringing circuit can be used at the generation of the pulses. So we want to generate different pulses with the single circuit. So we have go for the ringing circuit. So generally the ringing circuit we have different conditions, that is under damped condition, over damped condition and critical damped condition. So in the under damped condition only it can be acts as a ringing circuit. So in this condition only it produces the oscillations. So that's why in this condition only it generates the oscillations. So that's why in the particular condition it produces the ringings. So at the same time here, so what is the cycles of oscillations? So here I am drawing, I draw the some ringings. So what is the oscillations and how many oscillations we have to generate? So it depends upon the Q. So Q nothing but under damped oscillations. So nothing but Q is depends upon Q. So we have to generate the number of oscillations. So this is about the ringing circuit. So in general way, so the ringing circuit and what is the relationship between the Q and M? So what is the relationship between the Q and M? Simply we can say that Q is equal to pi into N. So for example, let us take Q is equal to 12. So then what happens when N is equal to? So then 12 pi N. So then N is equal to 12 by pi. Simply it may be 4. So simply for Q is equal to 12. So it produces the 4 oscillations, nothing but 4 cycles. So at the same time, so it cycles, the maximum cycles are reached at 1 by E terms of initial value. So it reaches 1 by E terms of the initial value. So it nothing but depends upon Q only. So we have to generate the number of cycles. So at the same time the practical application of the ringing circuit is, so in our day-to-day life simply it can generate the different pulses in the single circuit itself. So for example like function generator we have to generate some signals. So we go for the ringing circuit. So these are the examples of ringing circuit. So we have to use in our day-to-day life. And next one is very important one, that is attenuator. So what is meant by attenuator? I think you heard about the amplifier. So what is meant by amplifier? So it can strengthen the amplitude of the signal. So just attenuator is a reverse process for the amplifier. So nothing but it reduces the amplitude. So for example, my input amplitude will be 15 volts. So my input amplitude will be 15 volts with a sinusoidal signal I am representing. So I want to reduce the signals to the 5 volts. I want to reduce the amplitude of this particular signals to the 5 volts. So then we go for the attenuator circuit. So generally attenuators are used at transmission, nothing but communication side we go for the attenuator circuits. So just simply attenuator is reverse process for the amplifier. So generally amplifier increases the amplitude of the input signal, but attenuator reduces the amplitude of the input signal. So this is main thing about the attenuator. So the attenuator circuit is designed with the general attenuator circuit is designed with the resistor combination itself. So here, so the diagram will be like this. So it consisting of resistors, that is R1 and R2. So this is Vi of t and V0 of t. So from this we can say that, so what is meant by V0 of t? So we can say that V0 of t is equal to R2 by R1 plus R2 into Vi. So simply V0 is equal to R2 by R1 plus R2 into Vi. So depends upon that we have to reduce the output voltage. Simply the output voltage is multiplication of R2 by R1 plus R2 of input signal. So just it can be treated as A. So that is V0 is equal to A into Vi. So then A is known as the decrement factor. So compulsory the output is decreased by A terms, nothing but R2 by R1 plus R2. So then it reduces the voltage. So that is V0 is equal to R2 by R1 plus R2 into Va. So this is about the general attenuator circuit. So the main purpose of attenuator is simply reduce the amplitude of the given signal. So but practical way, so these type of attenuators are within resistor network only, we can't generate an attenuator. Why? Because so any attenuator may be compulsory given to the another circuit. So simply we can say that the attenuator output is connected to the input of the other circuit. So in this time, so what happens? So compulsory there may be chance of producing a capacitor. So why? Because a attenuator circuit is connected to the another circuit. In this time it produces a capacitance. So this particular capacitance is known as stray capacitance. So very important one. So this particular capacitance is known as stray capacitance. So then the circuit will be, so look like, so at the output side, so I have to explain here only. So at the input side we have to take, that is, first we discuss about that is R1 and R2 and Vi of t and here V0 of t. So simply we can say that V0 of t is equal to R2 by R1 plus R2 into Vi. So but there is error, so we can't generate these type of attenuator circuit in real time. So why? Because so there may be chance of producing an extra capacitor, nothing but an extra capacitance which is known as stray capacitance. So here, so that can be represented, the circuit diagram will be look like this, that is R1 and R2 and the stray capacitance which is added at the output of the attenuator section. So nothing but at the output or at the across R2, so we have to add a capacitor, that is C2. So this is V0 and this is Va. So generally, for example, so with this circuit only how an output can be generated, first we have to check. So with this output, how we can generate an output signal? Simply the input signal is maybe a step signal. So compulsory the output signal is reduced by R2 by R1 plus R2 times. So then the output signal is comparatively input signal, it can be reduced its voltage. So that is the main thing about the attenuator. So, but resistive type attenuator is very difficult, or in practical we can't use this resistive type attenuator. That's why we go for the practical applications. So, how a attenuator generated the practical applications. Simply we can say that a stay capacitance is added across the resistor. So, what happens when stay capacitance is added across the resistor? So, this stay capacitor, so due to this stay capacitor, so it generates some disturbance signal or distorted signal. So, it is not other signal. So, due to this stay capacitance, it generates the disturbance signal. So, that is a major problem by adding a stay capacitance. So, this problem can be overcome by using an extra capacitor which is added across R1. So, it compensates the distortions occurred at the C2. So, it eliminates the distortions occurred at C2, and the circuit will be like this, and it can be like this, that is and R1 and R2, and this is C2. And for the effect of reducing stay capacitance or for reducing the distortion, so we go for the input signal, nothing but an extra capacitor which is added across the R1, nothing but C1. So this is the final output or the final attenuator circuit. So in this circuit we have to prove one of the condition. So that is, what is the condition and what we have to prove? Simply that is, we can say that is R1 C1 is equal to R2 C2. So we have to prove this condition. So this is very important question for the final exams also. So we have to prove R1 C1 is equal to R2 C2. For this we have to solve the equation. So for this we go for the a step input signal, nothing but a step signal is passing through the parallel RLC circuit. So what happens and how, passing through this circuit, nothing but R2 C2 circuit, and then what happens when a step signal is passing through this particular final attenuator circuit, and how R1 C1 is equal to R2 C2 we have to discuss here. So this is a general example. Simply we can say that, so in terms of attenuator, so we majorly use at the CRO sections as well as transmission section. So it reduces the amplitude levels, and at the output side it increases the amplitude. So simply, so this is the example, and after attenuation it is given to the amplifier. Simply it can boost up the input signal and send to the particular output. So this is a practical application, and we discussed this circuit, nothing but a compensated attenuator. So simply what is meant by compensated attenuator, that is R1 C1 is equal to R2 C2. How R1 C1 is equal to R2 C2 we have to prove here. So with this one only I am explaining. So please note down the condition. First I am giving an input signal. So what is the input signal which is passing through this circuit is a step signal. So nothing but a step signal is passing through this one. So what happens when step signal is passing through this attenuator circuit? So simply we can say that a step signal is passing through. So what is meant by step signal? So at t is equal to 0 level up to 0 it produces the 0 volts. So more than 0 volts it produces the V volts. So at t is equal to 0 plus condition. So that is at t is equal to 0 plus condition, nothing but a V volts is applied to the circuit. So then what happens? So then capacitor acts as short circuit. So when we have to give voltage to the capacitor, capacitor becomes short circuit, as well as C2 capacitor will also be a short circuit. So and R1 and R2 will be neglected. Why? Because so C1 and C2 will be short circuited. So then the diagram will be like this. At t is equal to 0 plus condition only we have to consider this one. So that is and this is Vi of 0 plus and V naught of 0 plus. It is known as, So generally the stored energy in terms of capacitance is equal to Q is equal to charge stored in the capacitor is Q, and we know that Q is equal to CV, so it is represented with Q0 and Q1 or Q1 or Q2. So from this we know that what is meant by V. So V is equal to 1 Q by C. So finally the output is in terms of voltage only, that's why we have to consider the voltage output, that is V0 of T. So our input. So then what happens, that is Vi of, here we consider Vi of 0 plus, nothing but a step input is given to the circuit. So what happens, Vi of 0 plus, that is initial condition. So what happens, simply, so from this equation, that is V is equal to Q by C1, or we know that the voltage across capacitor C1 and voltage across capacitor C2, that is Vc1 plus Vc2. From this we know that what is meant by Vc1 and Vc2. So as V is equal to Q by C1, so from this equation we can say that Vc1 is equal to, so it is treated as Q0 by C1, and it is also treated as Q0, something, so charges in terms of Qs, that's why Q0 is equal to Q1, or both are same, that is Q0 and C2. So just take Q0 as common from this equation. So that is, just take Q0 as common, the equation becomes 1 by C1 plus 1 by C2. So that is Vi of 0 plus becomes 1 by C1 plus 1 by C2. So first we have to apply at T is equal to 0 plus condition, nothing but we give a step input to the circuit, nothing but final compensated circuit. So which can be compensated, nothing but compensation, nothing but by adding a stray capacitance. So for the elimination of the stray capacitance effect, we have to add another capacitor across the R1 and prove R1 is equal to C1. So this is the process. So simply this type of circuit is known as compensated circuit. So compensated circuit, nothing but at every frequency range, nothing but the input consisting of different frequency ranges. So at every frequency range, so the input will be attenuated in the same amount, nothing but the output will be same. So at every frequency the output will be same, nothing but attenuation is done at the same level only. So for this condition we have to apply at T is equal to 0 plus, that is a V volts is applied to the circuit. So then what happens? So then capacitor is short circuited. Why? Because a voltage, a positive voltage is given to that. So capacitor starts charging after completion of the charging. So it becomes short circuited. So then what happens, C1 and C2 become short circuited and it stores some energy, and R1 and R2 terms will be neglected. Why? Because so the short circuit, so C1 and C2 will be short circuit, that's why R1 and R2 terms will be neglected, and we have to draw the circuit, nothing but we have to realize the circuit T is equal to 0 plus condition. So then what happens? So then it becomes, as we know that the Vi of 0 plus, nothing but the input voltage Vi of 0 plus is equal to, so Vc1 plus Vc2, that is voltage across capacitor and voltage across this capacitor. So then by applying Q0 by C1 and Q0 by C2, so as we know that V is equal to Q, that is Q is equal to CV, and then what is meant by V? Q by C1, Q by C. So then substitute the values Q0 by C1 and Q0 by C2. So then, so we have to solve the condition. So that is Vi of 0 plus is equal to, what happens? Q0 is taken as common, that is 1 by C1 plus 1 by C2, and so just so realize this equation, that is C1 and C2 and C1 plus C2. So this is about Vi of 0 plus. So at this condition only we have to know what is meant by V0. So what is meant by V0? So from this diagram we know that, so this is a diagram. So this is the diagram after giving an input. So that is Q0 and C1 and Q0 and C2. So this is V0 of T and Vi of T. Our Vi of V0 of 0 plus, we have to take it as 0 plus 11, 0 plus 1 condition. So where we take the output, So we take the output across C2, nothing but across capacitor C2. So then what happens? V naught of 0 plus becomes Q naught, and where we take the output across C2, that is Q by C2 or Q naught by C2. So for this circuit at initial compensation, so what is the equation for the initial compensation? So the initial compensation, the equation for this is, so that is initial compensation is equal to V naught of 0 plus by Vi of 0 plus. So just by substituting this value, what is meant by V naught, that is Q naught by C2, and what is meant by Vi, that is Q naught by C1 plus C2 into by C1 C2. So that Q naught will be cancelled and C2 will be cancelled. The equation will be C1 plus C2. This is the equation. So got it? So by at this condition, nothing but at t is equal to 0 plus condition, we have to realize this equation, that is C1 by C1 plus C2. So this will be occurred at this condition. We have to just check. So that is so finally we get that is C1 by C1 plus C2. So by doing this process, we get that is C1 by C1 plus C2. So at next condition, so that is so at 0 plus 11, nothing but at initial condition, we apply at t is equal to 0 plus 1 condition. Here we apply t is equal to 0 minus, nothing but it will be like this. The circuit, as we know that resistor and another resistor, across resistor there may be chance of capacitor C2, and here the capacitor C1 and R1 and R2. Here the input will be Vi of t and the output V naught of t. So here I am giving an input. So in the initial condition we say that is t is equal to 0 plus 1 condition. Here I am considering t is equal to 0 minus condition. So what is the input of step signal? T is equal to 0 minus condition. Simply it can be a 0 volts. When a 0 volts is given to the circuit, what happens? Capacitor becomes open circuit. So then the circuit will be like this. That is R1, R2 and V naught of t and Vi of t. So from this circuit we can say that what is meant by output. So that is R2 by R2. That is V naught which is taken across R2, that is R2 by R1 plus R2, and this is the V naught of infinite condition. So from this perfect compensation is obtained at V naught of 0 plus and V naught of infinite. So perfect compensation is occurred at V naught of 0 plus. So our V naught of infinite nothing but at final condition, our V naught of 0 minus condition will be treated as same one. So simply we can say that V naught of infinite is the last condition, or we can say it as V naught of 0 minus condition also. So what is the perfect compensation which is occurred at V naught of 0 plus is equal to V naught of infinite. So then what happens? V naught of 0 plus value will be, so then we solve, that is C1 by C1 plus C2, and here that is R2 by R1 plus R2. So just cross multiply these two. So then what happens? R1 C1 is equal plus R2 C1 is equal to R2 C1 plus R2 C2. So just R1 C1 both are cancelled. The equation becomes R1 C1 is equal to R2 C2. So this is the perfect compensation equation. So what is the equation for the perfect compensation? Or we have to solve, that is R1 C1 is equal to R2 C2. So simply we can say that is C1, what happens? C1 is equal to R2 C2 by R1, that is CP. So this is known as CP, nothing but so C1 condition. So by this C1 condition only we have to check the, so what is the compensator attenuator and what is the different outputs we have to generate. So we have to see. So at C1 is equal to C2. So as we know that what is the C1? We get C1 is equal to R2 by R1 C2 R which is equal to Cp. So R we have to find the Cp or we don't want to find the Cp. So that is your choice. So when C1 is equal to C2, so in this condition the output is generated a perfect compensation. So what is meant by perfect compensation? So attenuator nothing but it reduce the voltage level. So here the input is input one is the Vi of t and output will be reduced voltage. So perfect compensation is occurred at C1 is equal to C2 level only. So next, so an overcompensation. What is meant by overcompensation? That is C1 greater than C2. At C1 greater than C2 level, so it generates the overcompensation output. So what is meant by overcompensation? What happens? A overcompensation occurred. Simply, so this is an input signal. So what is the purpose of an attenuator? Simply it reduces the voltage level, nothing but amplitude. So but when C1 greater than C2, so it increases nothing but it decreases exponentially. After some time it settles down to the particular voltage level or particular amplitude level. So in this type of circuit is known as overcompensated circuit. So when C1 greater than C2 condition only we have to generate the overcompensated circuit. So and next one is the undercompensated circuit. So at C1 less than C2, so what is meant by C1? We have to solve the condition. C1 is equal to R2 by R1 into C2. So when both are equal, in this time it produces a perfect compensation. So now perfect compensation nothing but it generates nothing but it produces the correct output. And overcompensation nothing but it decreases exponentially. After some time it settle down to the particular amplitude level. At undercompensation it increases under nothing but so increases some at particular interval of time it increases exponentially after some time. So it generates the output voltage. So this is about the compensated attenuator. So another one is there, that is uncompensated attenuator. So simple, the difference between compensated attenuator and uncompensated attenuator is, so compensated attenuator nothing but at each frequency it attenuates equally, but uncompensated attenuator does not produce any correct output, nothing but at when the frequency changes, so it attenuates in the different levels. So that is a simple difference between the compensated attenuator as well as uncompensated attenuator. So what is the major application of this compensated attenuator? So what is the major applications? So we have to observe these can be used as the CROs. So the major application of these compensated attenuators are these can be used as the CROs. So where it can be used simply I want to so the CRO level may be at 50 volts. So but I want to produce a more than 550 volt signal. So in the initially nothing but the CRO itself it contains an attenuator which reduces the signal strength and it can be displayed on the CRO. So simply it can be used as the CRO application only. So this is about the compensated and uncompensated attenuator. So this is about the first unit. So in this unit we discuss about what is meant by wave shaping and what is meant by linear wave shaping and how a linear wave shaping circuit can be designed with an RLC element. So nothing but the RLC element nothing but, so we have to design high pass circuit and low pass circuit with RC as well as RL element and so what is the response of the different input signals, nothing but, so when non-sinusoidal signals are passing through this particular signal, what happens? So we discuss in this particular unit and so we have to discuss one of the problem regarding this unit that is about the low pass RC circuit. So as we know that the low pass RC circuit, what is meant by low pass RC circuit? So here the given input is given to the resistor and output is taken across the capacitor. So just read this problem. So an RC low pass filter is fed with a symmetrical square wave. So nothing but the given input signal is square wave signal. and the low pass circuit is RC circuit. That's why we have to give the input to the resistor and output is taken across the capacitor. First of all, we have to understand the problem. Then only we have to solve the problem. So. And input signal will be a square wave signal. So when square wave signal is passing through the low pass RC circuit, what happens? So the output is exponentially increased, at the same time exponential decrease of signal. So what is the given data? Simply we can say that the peak to peak amplitude of the input waveform is 10 volts. So that is 10 volts, nothing but V peak to peak, that is 10 volts. At the same time, and the average value is 0, it is given that RC is equal to T by 2. So RC value also presented in the problem, that is RC is equal to T by 2. So where T is a period of square wave and determine the peak to peak amplitude of the output waveform. So given data will be, they have to give the square wave signal which is passing through the low pass circuit, and we have to know the what is an output condition and what is the waveforms for the output, or what is the voltage occurred at the output we have to consider. So simply, so this is the output, this is the output waveform. So this is an input signal. So that is a 10 volt signal peak to peak, nothing but at the positive cycle this is 5 volts, at negative cycle it is also minus 5 volts. So when a square wave signal is passing through the low pass RC circuit, so then what happens? So when square wave signal passing through the low pass RC circuit, then it charges exponentially and discharges exponentially. So here we have to find this value, that is V1 and V2 values. So we have to find what is meant by V1 and what is meant by V2. So the given data, that is Vp input peak to peak 10 volts and RC, that is T by 2. So we know the formula, that is V1 is equal to e power T by 2 RC minus 1 by e power T by 2 RC plus 1. So we know that what is meant by V1, the equation will be V by 2, that is e power T by 2 RC minus 1 by e power T by 2 RC plus 1. So we know what is meant by RC nothing but T by 2. So it is given in the problem, just we have to substitute T by 2 in this equation. So then it gets e power T by 2 into T by 2 minus 1 by RC nothing but T by 2. So just T by 2 will be cancelled. So the equation will be V1 is equal to V by 2, that is e power 1 minus 1 by e power 1 plus 1. So after realizing this equation, so that is we get 2.31 volts. That is at V is equal to, at V1 level we get, that is 2.31 volts. But so they ask the peak to peak voltage at the output level. So nothing but the peak to peak voltage, nothing but so we have to know the V2 value also. Then we have to add V1 and V2. So then we get the peak to peak value. So what is the equation for V2? When we know the V1, so we can simply say that V2 is equal to minus V1. So why? Because the charging and discharging times as well as charging and discharging voltages are same. So that's why. So V1 nothing but minus V2. So from this level we know that V2 is equal to, what is meant by V1? 2.31. So then it becomes so that is V2 is equal to, so minus V1, that is V1 nothing but 2.31 volts minus 2.31 volts. Just by adding these voltages we get the peak to peak voltage, that is V is equal to V1 plus V2. What is meant by, sorry, 2.31 volts plus 2.31 volts, that is 4.62 volts. So this is the final output voltage, so which is occurred at the output side. The output voltage will be 4.62 volts. So this is the problem regarding this low pass RC circuit. So this is about the unit 1. So in the next class we discuss about some more problems in this unit. Thank you.